everybody, and happy Sunday. It's me, Gardening Chick 101, also known as Inner Barbie Girl in some circles and Scrapping Chick in other circles. Today, this week, we're going to talk about and implement soil amenities. Soil amenities that you already have in your house. All right, let me have my first cup of coffee, and then let's get started. Let's talk about household soil amenities, things that you already have in your house that you probably throw away every day. Coffee grounds, eggshells, Epsom salt, hydrogen peroxide. I've used all of these in various forms for at least 15 years or more. So let's talk about it. Pardon my voice, season or allergies. So let's start with hydrogen peroxide because this is the one that I start with. It not only will clean your pots, will clean and sterilize your pots, it's also good for modifying and cleaning your existing soil, which we mean, repurposing your soil. If you've got a garden bed that you've been using for several seasons, it might have some pests in it. So we want to use this peroxide, and you do want to dilute it. Sometimes, now for me, I just use mine straight, especially if I'm working with a larger area. I just use it straight. But anyway, you want to mix this with a little bit of water. It will kill pests in your garden. It will kill larvae, those bug eggs that are just waiting for the right weather conditions. Also, it will put some extra oxygen in your soil. What about Epsom salt? I use it a lot in the summer to soak in, but you can also use it in your garden. It puts magnesium in your garden. It puts sulfur in your garden. Plus, it's going to deter slugs and snails. You definitely want to use this, mix this in your soil, and even a little bit on top with your cabbage, Brussels sprouts, and I think they call those brassicas, but plants like that, you want to use this. Also, let me tell you, your nightshades, and we talk a lot about nightshades, because the ones that I grow are tomatoes, bell peppers, eggplant. They really like the Epsom salt, okay? Mix it in your soil. Coffee grounds. Child, I drink probably 6 cups a day, sometimes maybe more. So you want to save these coffee grounds. Now, I have been known to mix my coffee grounds with my Epsom salt. Not too often because I don't want to put too much acid in the soil unless I'm using it in with my nightshades. So with the coffee grounds, it attracts earthworms, and earthworms crawl through and aerate your soil to keep your soil from being compacted. So we do want to attract those earthworms. I've even heard of some people actually buying earthworms. That's not my testimony. We have enough of those here. But anyway, they put potassium in your garden, magnesium, and calcium. So let's go to these eggshells. I am losing my voice, people. I am so sorry. I know you're still eating eggs. You're complaining that 18 count eggs is $11, but y'all still buying them. I know because I go to the store. Anyway, I'm sorry. We do want to use eggshells in our garden. So I've got some here, and I've got 2 cartons over here ready to bake. So if you're not using your eggshells or your coffee grounds, feel free to donate them to me. Don't put them in the same bag, but feel free to donate those to me. Anyway, with our eggshells, they're going to put extra calcium in your soil. Now, they don't break down fast, and it's a slow acting process. It's very slow acting. But I like eggshells, especially with my cabbage, my collard greens, and like vegetables. Like I said, I think they call them brassicas. But not only do they deter slugs and snails, but because of the sharp edges, they cut them suckers up. But anyway, and they do help also to add some texture to your soil, especially if your soil tends to clump and you don't have enough, I can't think of the name of it. It's in a green bag and you buy it at Walmart. I can't think of it right now, but when I think of it, I'll let you know. But it keeps your soil from being compacted because you've got some extra edge, some extra roughness in your soil. So what we're going to do is, after you crack your egg, go ahead and put it in the refrigerator. But I would rinse it out if you want to. Now I don't. I just throw them in here and put them back in my carton. And then you want to lay them out on a baking sheet. Maybe use some parchment paper. I use parchment paper. Spread those eggs out and then bake them in the oven on 300 maybe for about 10 minutes. Once they come out of the oven, let them dry. And then you might want to take your rolling pin, roll over those. If you don't have a rolling pin, honey, use a can, use a vegetable can. But you don't want to use your hands because these eggshells have sharp edges. And once they're baked and extra dry, they are extra sharp, which is why it's good for slugs and snails in your garden. But don't use too many because you don't want to kill your earthworms. All right. And another thing I forgot to say about using this hydrogen peroxide, when it's diluted and you put it in your spray bottle and you're spraying to get rid of gnats and white flies, I want you to be cautious when you're using this and not use it on your plants that flower, like eggplant, squash, zucchini, watermelon, your cucumbers, any plants that you need, the bees. We don't care about the wasp. Yeah, actually we do. Be careful when you're spraying those plants because you don't want to kill your bees. Peroxide will kill other bugs, true enough, but it will also kill your bees, okay? So that's my tip for today. Let me get off of here because I don't want to be late for church. Last Sunday, I was late for church because I was in the garden. But anyway, I'm going to go take care of my voice and get ready for church. If you have any questions about these household soil garden amenities, let me know. If I don't know, I'll ask a couple of good friends. And if they don't know, we'll all ask Google. Again, eggshells, coffee grounds, hydrogen peroxide, Epsom salt. Guess what else we're going to talk about next week or maybe in a couple of days? Oranges in your garden. Yes. All right, everybody. It looks like we're going to make it to church on time. Unfortunately, there is rain in the forecast, and I think it's going to come through about the time we leave church this morning, but nevertheless, we will not give up. We're going to sow some seeds in the house. All right, let's go. Praise the Lord.